Welcome to the Positive Network, your lighthouse in the dark, where you can settle in and listen to real-world problems with real-world explanations and solutions, where critical thinking and self-sufficiency are championed, and where we, as the people of this planet, can find the path and power to stand up and make real change. Today's episode is going to focus on the SOVRN Life Operating System, point number 2, SOVRN Food. And today, we dive into the wonderful world of sprouts. By the end of this episode, not only will you be able to understand the incredible health benefits of sprouts, but you'll also know how to start them, grow them, and store them in your fridge. That's right. And all this start to finish, this process takes 5 days. This way, you're going to have a wonderful, powerful, and nutritious addition to your arsenal and your SOVRN food journey. Stay with us as we uncover the simplicity and richness of sprouting right from the comfort of your own home. You might already love sprouts. I know I do. But you just can't justify adding them to your cart every time you're shopping, let alone eating them every day. Well, let me show you a way to have fresh sprouts in your fridge every single day for a fraction of the cost. Let's get started. For today's video, we're going to be focused on broccoli sprouting seeds. Now, you can do this with a range of sprouting seeds, but for today, it's going to be broccoli. So you're going to need some materials. There's a list below in the description, so you can go check that out after you watch the video. And you're going to need organic broccoli seeds, specifically meant for sprouting, so the sprouting type. You're going to need a large glass mason jar, preferably one of these with a wide mouth. Then you're going to need a cheesecloth and rubber band, or what I have here is a sprouting lid. So this allows the moisture to come out. Then you're going to need to get yourself a 45-degree angled jar holder so you can prop your jar up upside down. And you're going to need a bowl, or we just reuse these little sour cream jar lids to catch the moisture. So a bowl or one of these are cheaper. So that's what you're going to need. So here's the step-by-step guide. There's going to be a bit of a process to this. So you're going to soak your seeds. So you're going to place 1 to 2 tablespoons of broccoli seeds into this mason jar, and you're going to fill it about halfway with cool water. Now you're going to let these seeds soak for 6 to 12 hours. Keep them away from direct sunlight for this step and the next couple steps. For an extra bit of precaution, this is what our family does. We will pre-rinse the seeds with a mix of apple cider vinegar and water so we can eliminate any potential bacteria. And make sure you rinse that out and then put it back into your cool water. Again, halfway up the jar for the 6 to 12 hours if you're going to do the rinsing portion. So now, you've soaked them for that 6 to 12 hours. You're going to drain it. You're going to discard that water, and then you're going to fill it back up again with fresh water. You're going to swirl it around in your jar a tiny bit, rinse those seeds thoroughly, and then you turn it upside down and drain it completely through the cheesecloth or your sprouting lid. Now, this is a part where you need to get proper drainage. So you're going to position the jar into that angled holder I showed you at a 45-degree angle, and you're going to place it over top of your bowl or your reusable lid. And that way, this process, you're going to get all of that moisture that you didn't get out from your initial draining. It's going to leak out on and be caught by the bowl or that little lid. You're going to do this process twice a day. Aim for the morning and night. Pretty easy to remember. So twice a day. Growing these things over the next 5 days, you're going to continue to do your rinse and drain routine, again, twice a day. This period's crucial for the seeds to sprout and grow. During the final couple days, so out of your 5 days, days 4 and 5, you can now move your jar into a well-lit area. Still don't put it in direct sunlight. This will aid the sprouts in developing a green hue. Now comes to harvesting time. Okay, your sprouts are ready. They're going to be ready in the broccoli's case when they reach a length of 2 to 5 centimeters, typically around the 5th day. Now, this is a great time to do the harvesting because it balances nutritional value and yield. Okay, now we got to store those sprouts. So you've harvested them. You're going to put them in the fridge, basically. You're going to use an airtight container, something like this that you can seal. And on the bottom of this airtight container, you're going to put a layer of paper towel, probably is the best thing. And that's going to absorb the excess moisture and keep them better in the fridge. You've got about a week to consume them for best taste and nutrition, or hey, you can freeze these and use them later. How amazing is that? So there you go. You have a whole bunch of sprouts in 5 days. You've grown them. You've done it. Now, a couple pro tips here. Ensure that you have good air circulation to avoid excessive heat during this growth process. That's important. The drainage is key. Sprouts should not be left sitting in water to prevent spoilage. That's why we're turning them upside down, but just make sure the water is getting out of them. Monitor the smell and appearance. You don't want them to spoil. So if you see any signs of spoilage, throw them out, start again. It doesn't cost a lot. You're learning. Just try it again. Trust me. Now, if you want to make sprouts something that you eat every day in large amounts, or you want to build up a storage of them, you could do this with 5 jars where you start a jar every single day, and every day you have a jar maturing. How amazing would that be to have mounds of fresh sprouts every day in your diet? So how much does this make? Well, the yields of broccoli sprouts in this method, a tablespoon of seeds can make 1 to 2 cups of sprouts. So if you did 2 tablespoons, you're going to get 2 to 4 cups of sprouts. That's pretty amazing. You're also going to get some great nutritional value out of it. So on your macronutrient level, you're going to have about 3 grams of protein, 5 grams of carbohydrates, and almost no fat per cup of sprouts. So there's a bit there. It's not a ton, but the power really is in the vitamin C. You're going to get quite a bit of vitamin C out of this. You're also going to get minerals like potassium, calcium, and iron. You're also going to get some extra health points for a chemical SOVRN. I don't do these names. I just butchered that, but it's known for its potential anti-cancer properties. What I've found doing this process over the years, when I look at it, I'm like, this was a great starting point for developing a green thumb. And what I mean by that is you actually visually see the sprouting of the seed process that would normally happen in soil. It gives you an idea of conditions that are needed for a plant to start from seed when it comes to moisture specifically. And, soil really comes into play after this amazing process. So try it out. Not only are you going to make some great food, but see if you fall in love with the growing process, and it might start a new hobby. Now, in all of our videos, we talk about the SOVRN Life operating system, and there's 12 points in it, and a lot of them tied together. So specifically in this one, obviously we're talking about SOVRN food, point number 2, but really it ties into other ones as well, such as SOVRN time. This is quite a quick method, and the amount of actual time that you'll spend making these is maybe a few minutes a day to do your maintenance on them. Now, SOVRN body, another one of our concepts, you're providing high quality macro and micronutrients to your body. A stronger body is a stronger self. SOVRN mind, there's 2 things here. You're feeding your body great things, which is going to feed your mind. What you put into your body fuels your mind, reduces brain fog, allows you to be more present, think more clearly. Another one, though, is gaining confidence. This is a small step, if this is new to you, in gaining confidence and self-sufficiency. You're growing food. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. This is a step in that direction. SOVRN money. You could have sprouts every day for very little money. Once you get set up, once you initially buy your seeds, when you work out the math on it, it is great. So this is super affordable. And one you might not be thinking of is our SOVRN children point, one of the points of the operating system. We do this with our kids. You may homeschool or not, we do, but even if you don't, if you do this process with your kids as a crafting or a science project, you're teaching them a life skill. So we're teaching our children self-sufficiency, and we're making food at the same time. So I just think that part is wonderful. If you got going by this, if this was exciting to you, then go grab the very affordable supplies and start this project. I mean, the directions and the descriptions are down here below in the section for this stuff. Everything you need is right below to get started. You'll be thrilled to be eating your own sprouts in as little as 5 days. So thank you for joining us on this sprouting adventure here at the Positive Network. If you enjoyed diving into the world of sprouts and found value in growing your own nutritious food, please give this video a like and hit that subscribe button for more enlightening content. Know a green thumb or a budding gardener in your circle? Don't hesitate to share this video with them as well. For more in-depth discussion and insights, make sure to check out our main podcast. You can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts under the Positive Network podcast. The links are also in the description below. Your support helps keep us bringing you real-world problems with real-world explanations and solutions. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, continue your journey towards self-sufficiency, and stay positive.